All right, so you've heard all the buzz about coding with AI, right? Well, today we're going to cut through the noise. This is your step-by-step guide to actually partnering up with an AI, turning it from just a tool into a real collaborator. Think of this as your new quest. Let's jump in.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to talk about the new mindset you'll need. Then, we'll cover choosing your AI partner. After that, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of the AI conversation itself. Then it's all about coding smart and safe. We'll walk through your first build and finally look at the path forward. Sound good? Let's go.
Okay, first things first. Let's dive into section 1, the new mindset. We've got to figure out what this whole vibe coding thing is all about.
Yeah, so let's get right to it. What exactly is vibe coding? You might be seeing this term pop up, but what are we really talking about here?
Okay, so here's the deal. It's not some new hot framework you have to learn. Vibe coding is, well, it's a mindset. It's all about this iterative, back-and-forth collaboration with your AI. The best way to think about it is like having a super eager, incredibly fast junior dev on your team. You're not just telling it what to do. You're building stuff together in small, modular pieces, and you're constantly refining it. It's a true partnership.
All right, so you've got the right vibe. Now for section 2, choosing your partner. We need to get you set up with the right tools from your AI coding toolkit. Because, not all AI assistants are created equal.
So broadly speaking, you've got two main types of tools. On one side, you have AI app builders. You give them a big idea and bam, they spit out a whole application. They're awesome for getting an MVP off the ground super fast. But on the other side, you've got the AI coding assistants like Claude Code or Copilot. These guys are your day-to-day partners, helping you write, debug, and refactor code line by line. And for what we're talking about today, we're going to focus on these assistants. Why? Because that's where you really learn the art of vibe coding, that back-and-forth collaboration.
Okay, section 3. This is maybe the most important part of the whole process, mastering the AI conversation. Let's call it the rules of engagement. Seriously, the quality of your code is going to be a direct reflection of how well you talk to your AI.
So every single time you sit down to work with your AI, you should be thinking in this simple 3-step loop. First, you plan your project. Then you got to master your prompts. And finally, you have to manage the context, which is basically the AI's short-term memory. Plan, prompt, manage. That's the rhythm.
Okay, let's get into some real-world best practices for prompting. Number 1, be specific. Don't just say, make a button. Say, create a blue button with white text that says submit. Give it something to work with. And even better, provide examples. Give it mock-ups or little code samples. A super powerful trick is the act as framing. Tell it, act as a senior security expert and watch the quality of its feedback change. And here's a pro tip. Create a context document, something like a claude.md or whatever you want to call it. In that file, you list all your preferences like always use TypeScript or all functions must have comments. Then, at the start of every session, you just tell the AI to read that file. It's a total game changer. And please remember this. This is the golden rule that will save you so much time and frustration. If the AI just isn't getting it after, say, 3 prompts, just stop. Don't try to argue it into submission. Its context is probably corrupted. The best thing you can do is just start a fresh chat. Seriously, it's almost always faster. All right, moving on to section 4. Code smart, code safe. Because moving fast is great, but not if you're building a house of cards. We need to talk about building with some guardrails in place.
This one is non-negotiable. Think of Git as your best friend in this process. Every single time you and the AI get something working, a new feature, a bug fix, anything, commit it, right then and there. It's your safety net. It's your time machine. And hey, you can even be lazy and ask the AI, write a good commit message for what we just did. Easy.
Okay, you want to level up your game? Do this. Make it a reflex. Right after the AI generates a new piece of functionality, your very next prompt should be, okay, great, now write the tests for that. You're basically forcing it, and yourself, into a test-driven development workflow. This one habit alone will make your code so much more stable. Okay, listen up because this one is absolutely critical. Never, and I mean never, hard code your secrets. We're talking API keys, passwords, database connections, none of it belongs in your code. Don't let the AI do it, don't you do it. Always, always, always use environment variables. This is just fundamental security hygiene.
So let's just recap with a quick safety checklist. This is what separates the pros from the people who are just messing around. 1. Version control. Commit after every single win. 2. Testing. When a bug pops up, get the AI to write a failing test first, then fix it. 3. Security. Every so often, just ask the AI to do a quick security audit on the code. And 4, refactoring. Don't let your code get messy. Make time to ask the AI to help you clean up dead code and break down big files.
Okay, theory is cool and all, but let's get our hands dirty. For Section 5, let's walk through a sample workflow. This is what your first build might actually look like step by step.
So check out this workflow for building a simple web app. Step 1, you plan. You can actually ask the AI to help you figure out the tech stack and the MVP. Step 2, you generate the first pass, the basic HTML and CSS. Then you find a bug, and you will, and this is where the magic happens. Step 3, ask the AI to write a test that proves the bug exists, a test that fails. Then Step 4, you feed that failing test back to the AI and say, okay, now fix it. Once the test passes, you know you're good. And what do you do then? Step 5, you commit your code. That's the loop, that's the vibe.
Awesome. So you've got the workflow down. Let's talk about Section 6, the path forward. Because building that first app is just the beginning of your developer journey with AI.
Look, you don't have to learn everything overnight. Here's a simple 3-month roadmap to get you started. For the first month, just focus on one thing, getting really good at prompting and planning. Month 2 is all about building those safety habits, test-driven development, and security. Make them second nature. Then, in month 3, your goal is to deploy your first app and, just as importantly, join a community.
And about that community part, you are not doing this alone. You really aren't. There are huge active communities out there. I mean, look at this. The roadmap.sh Discord has over 47,000 members. That's a ton of people you can ask for help, share your wins with, and just learn alongside.
So there you have it. We've talked about the mindset, the tools, how to have the right conversation, and the path to get started. The foundation is all laid out for you. Your coding quest has officially begun. So the only question left is, what are you going to build first?